The hell is this sign doing here?
Take it literally, sir. I thought I could charge $1 million to those who park here without permission.
No way I'm gonna pay the likes of you $1 million. It's legally invalid.
Are you sure about that?
Trouble Busters!
Today's is the same too, I guess.
Hey there! Stoked to be able to use the parking lot today once again.
Sir, I've told you many times, but...
Again with the stinginess? Look, bro, this land is pretty big and no one uses it.
That's not the problem, sir. I'm Alan, and I've pretty much bombarded warnings about parking without permission to this eccentric gentleman at this point. But he just makes up some excuse and keeps on parking there. What the hell is this?
Hey!
There you are, sir. What's with all this?
It's a big space, so I thought it would be lonely with just a few cars parked here.
We've made effective use of it, old sport.
Made effective use? It's a nuisance, even with just a few cars. If this went on, there would be no end to it. So I came up with a plan.
The hell is this sign doing here?
Take it literally, sir. I thought I could charge $1 million to those who park here without permission.
And I was wondering what you were gonna say next, buddy. No way I'm gonna pay the likes of you $1 million. It's legally invalid.
Right on, old sport. You idiot. Are you serious about demanding $1 million?
You might be trying to threaten us, but it won't work, buddy, because the law doesn't allow it.
Are you sure about that?
Of course, there's nothing that I say that ain't the truth. I'm always sure.
Yes, sir, as expected from our own department head Kendall.
Not department head, but president, bucko.
Well, you see, this isn't legally invalid. You see...
You're telling me that what I'm saying is wrong, huh?
Yes, it seems like you're misunderstanding something. So...
Like hell I am! This parking lot is private property according to you, and thus the police are sticking to the civil law, which prohibits involvement.
Perhaps, but...
That's why we've done nothing wrong in this case. More to the point, I think it's more illegal for an individual to demand a fine like this.
That's why I didn't make it a fine.
Look, buddy, I'm the president of the local branch of a major conglomerate, and I'm the one who's doing you a favor and parking my employees' cars here. And instead of thanking me and them, you act all stingy and unreasonable.
Right on, old sport. He really ought to be more grateful to us.
In any case, the sheer amount of $1 million is freaking ridiculous. Even if you could ask for a fine, I've never heard of such an amount.
You should do some more research on fines. A bit more, you idiot.
Well, I guess I am exaggerating a bit by asking for $1 million. The amount we asked for is only a suggestion as of now, and it's not guaranteed that we'll be able to get the amount we're asking.
I knew it was a threat.
So if you stopped parking without permission, I believe we could keep the punishment to the lighter end of the spectrum. I don't want this to become something unnecessarily dramatic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you stole our line, buddy.
Huh?
As I told you, I'm not the top of the top. There are people higher in status than me, and if we use his power...
Is that so?
As such, I shall continue to use your parking lot. Thanks, as always.
God damn it, man! How can you illegally infiltrate someone else's property without any guilt? I've turned a blind eye up until now, but this is an opponent I can't ignore any longer. If they plan on using the law as a weapon to make excuses, I will fight back with the law myself. Unforgivable. Trouble Busters initiate.
Wow, it's so awesome to be able to use such a large parking lot for free. The red-haired bitch hasn't said anything recently. I guess I'll just go on using it.
Section Chief Kendall!
What's wrong, bro? You're in such a frenzy. Oh, and it's President Kendall, not Section Chief.
It seems that a certified letter from a lawyer has arrived at HQ, sir.
What? Let me see that. A request for $1 million? This has to be some kind of mistake.
But it's from a law firm, so...
Damn it, what the frick is going on here?
Excuse me for interrupting you, gentlemen.
There! Don't show up so suddenly, bucko. You scared me.
Bruh, this is my land, so it's up to me to show up here whenever I want, ain't it?
More importantly, I just checked the documents. What the frick are you trying to do, huh? Demanding $1 million.
Take it literally.
I thought I told you before that you can't claim a fine as an individual.
Indeed, so I'm claiming it as damages instead.
No, I don't freaking get it. Fines and damages are the same, aren't they?
For real.
Then I guess this document is also fake? It says it's from a lawyer's office, but this is also just to threaten us, ain't it?
What if we said it wasn't fake and was very real?
What's up with you?
Forgive me, I was late in introducing myself. My name is Marion Kingman, a lawyer. My favorite food is any kind of plant spring. My hobby is meditating for an hour. I haven't had a boyfriend for 28 years, and then,
Miss Kingman, please, no need to introduce myself with so many details.
Excuse my energy.
I can't fricking tell if you're a real lawyer or not, but you'd better not mess around. Personally, it's not possible for an individual to claim money.
It is possible.
What?
You said that fines and damages fall in the same category, and you're so close. And so goddamn far. First of all, a fine is an amount of money that results from a criminal case or a violation of federal law. As you yourself said, old sport, this cannot be demanded by a single individual. However, in this case of unauthorized parking and other forms of trouble between individuals, it is possible to demand a penalty in the form of damages.
Even the police are forbidden from intervening in civil matters.
This is stipulated in the Civil Code. In other words, what my lovely client's doing, demanding $1 million, that is letter perfect. And regarding the doubt you've had about me being a real lawyer, I always carry my lawyer's badge with me, and my registration number is also in the public records.
Then he's seriously?
Group leader Kendall, old sport, this is bad!
Yup, and it's President Kendall.
Ha! So you finally believe me. I was right to bring a lawyer. Holy shit, it seems like you've realized the severity of the situation. Better than nothing.
Shut the hell up! No, $1 million is still preposterous. It's impossible.
Generally speaking, yeah, $1 million truly is impossible. But if you consider the fact that you've been parking dozens of cars without permission over the course of several months, if we assume that the parking fee is $9 per hour, the daily parking fee is 9 times 24, equaling $216. If you multiply that by several months and dozens of cars, it comes to nearly $1 million.
$9 per hour? Don't freaking decide that yourself. Make it 9 cents per hour.
It's not up to me, though. If you want to claim damages for unauthorized parking, you can refer to the parking fees in the surrounding area. This neighborhood is notorious for its expensive prices in land, so the parking rate is about $9 per hour.
Is that so?
And that's not all. The land I manage demands a huge amount of money every month, depending on the size of the land. The land price is also taken into consideration.
So far, my client's claims are reasonable.
Is that so?
Do you want to say something more?
Damages can only be demanded when you cause damage to the other party, right? Maybe I may have parked illegally, but parking in this abandoned waste of space wouldn't cause any damage, right? On the contrary, we put it to good use.
Well, we have suffered a lot, in truth.
What the frick?
The custody of this land is supposed to be transferred to an entrepreneur who is going to start a new business. But because of your interference, the transfer of the land has not progressed at all. There will surely be huge losses due to the significant delay in the construction of the building and the beginning of the new business. This is also what the $1 million is based on.
What the hell is that, man? But didn't you say at that time that $1 million was too much? You won't see me let you say you forgot, you idiot.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying something like that too. You denied $1 million was possible, so you better retract them demands.
True, it was difficult to claim $1 million at that point.
Oh, so you admit it.
Because at that time, the unauthorized parking had only just begun.
Huh?
Naturally, the parking fees were cheaper and the losses from the new business were still minimal at that point. But you ignored my warning and continued to park here without permission. As a result, at this point in time, you've reached the point where I can demand $1 million without any problems.
No way that's freaking fair.
Remember what I said? I don't want this to become something unnecessarily dramatic.
I was convinced that was a mere threat.
It's up to you whether you take it as a threat or not. I told you loud and clear, and even at that point it had ballooned to the equivalent of $100,000.
That's so not fair.
Yes?
Unnecessarily dramatic? There's no way that roundabout way of saying it would get through to us.
That's right, old sport. You should have explained it a little more clearly.
Not fair? And who gave you cowards who've repeatedly parked on my property without permission the right to say what's unfair? And I've tried to persuade you pricks to stop your unauthorized parking many damn times. And who, pray tell, was it who didn't listen to what people said and did as they pleased?
Well, that's...
Well, even if I'd taken the time to explain it to you, you wouldn't have listened.
That's not true.
Huh? Even on this occasion, you seem to finally understand the situation after a certified letter of content was sent to your HQ, and after hearing what Attorney Kingman had to say.
In that case, you should have called a lawyer from the beginning. I'm sure you are at fault as well for not calling a lawyer sooner.
Well, you sure have the nerve to get back on the offensive, huh? You say that so easily, but hiring a lawyer is anything but. You need to go through a lot of procedures to claim damages through a lawyer. Do you say all that understanding what I had to go through?
It was an impulse.
Shut the hell up.
Hey!
You guys have only been making excuses, let alone apologizing in any way.
Because $1 million is just stupid.
This is a consequence of your acts of ignorance. Mr. Kendall, was it? You're an entrepreneur, right? I should think you, of all people, could do what was right.
Well, I did. I put an otherwise waste of space to good use for all our cars.
How do you stumble upon such a brain-dead conclusion, you twisted fiend?
A textbook example of the Kendall train of thought.
Who the hell's praising you here?
Anyhow, we're not satisfied with these demands, right, Hayden?
Yeah, as long as we can be satisfied, all will be fine.
Satisfaction. In that case, a lawsuit might be the quickest way.
A lawsuit?
If you and your associates cannot meet my client's demands, we'll have to go to court. If we win the lawsuit, you lot will have no choice but to be satisfied with those demands.
Wait, I think a lawsuit is too far overboard.
You want to be satisfied, don't you? If you go to court, they'll listen to what you have to say, so there might be some hope.
But if we go to court, see, I'm a company president and, well...
Ah, so you're worried about what the public thinks. Well then, agree to the $1 million, problem solved.
But I'm telling you that $1 million is ridiculous.
But if you're the president, you can just come up with that amount, no problemo, right? It's too much anyway.
Well, Chief Kendall here spends his money rather recklessly after all.
You shut the frick up, and I'm the president. You've been making my status lower and lower, buddy.
Must be tough, truly, old sport.
Do your best, though. You're talking like you have nothing to do with this, but if you're an accomplice, you'll have to pay up too.
What? Me too?
Isn't that obvious?
Yeah. You were also keen on chastising this man.
That's good testimony to hear.
No, that's not true, sir. I was only told by Kendall here, and I had no choice.
Really? You and Mr. Kendall looked like you were having fun harassing me, though.
That's right, he was more into it than I ever was.
I can really smell how much of a Discord kitten you are, Sir Hayden.
Don't call me a Discord kitten.
It was Hayden who also brought up the parking lot thing.
Really?
That's a misunderstanding. I just said that there was a good-looking space over yonder is all. And then Kendall here started the whole bullshit with parking there. I'm innocent in this.
You little bastard! You gonna throw me under the bus, are ya?
No one would want to take the blame for $1 million.
Bitch, if you're gonna betray me, that promise I made to you about treating you to that meat bun ain't gonna happen.
Fine by me.
You goddamn...
Put one meat bun and $1 million on a scale, everyone would choose the $1 million.
Shit.
It's like watching tardigrades argue.
Gentlemen, you're free to fight, but my decision won't ever change.
No, it's going to change. This stupid amount, I seriously cannot carry it, and if the president of the real HQ finds out about this... wait a minute, that's right, there was that option.
Huh?
Do you remember what I said before? The president of the real HQ is some kind of celebrity, around here especially.
I believe you were, yeah.
I'm sure you like this town too, don't you? If we could, we'd both like to live here for a long time, right?
Of course.
And you too, miss, you want to continue working as a lawyer, don't you?
It's not an option.
Why don't we just take it easy here? You withdraw the $1 million, I won't make this whole thing a big deal. Look, for your sake too, Miss Lawyer.
I refuse.
What?
I refuse as well. If you're going to succumb to threats, then you aren't fit to be a lawyer.
You little bitches. So be it. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere.
Can't wait to see you two cry afterwards. Hello, Mr. CEO? Yes, sir, I have something to talk to you about. Here he is.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Mr. CEO, sir.
Kendall, I want to hear what you... Wait, don't tell me, are you...
Excuse me, do you know this guy?
The person you were talking about over the phone?
Yeah, this red-haired douchebag.
Sir, my humblest apologies.
What?
You guys apologize, why don't you, huh?
Mr. CEO, sir,
just do it!
No! I must be informed of the situation, sir.
You goddamn... Don't you guys know this gentleman? This gentleman, well, this is none other than Mr. Red, also known as Mr. Alan Thompson, a world-famous investor who once invested in our very own business.
Mr. Red? Not the Mr. Red, regarded as the eye of God himself, among the top 5 most elite investors in the country?
What? No way this guy's him.
Thanks to Mr. Thompson, our enterprise was able to expand hugely. Kendall, Gonzalez, it's only because of Mr. Thompson's contributions that you're able to do your jobs now.
Wow! I had no idea.
So, when Kendall here said he'd call the president and you didn't flinch... When I checked whom I ought to send the certified letter to, I found out that it was an emissary of the business that Mr. Tatum runs. Mr. Thompson, I do hope you can forgive me for this inexcusable situation. According to the present moment, it seems that you didn't know anything about this, so that can't be helped, sir.
However,
I'm angry at Kendall and Hayden, sir, not you.
Kendall, Gonzalez, apologize to Mr. Thompson this instant.
Mr. CEO, sir, there is a deep reason behind all this. Yes, that's right.
What deep reason could you have for parking on someone else's property without permission? There's absolutely no justification for your actions.
There is really a deep reason behind this. I just wanted to reduce business expenses. This is for the good of the company.
Enough! Reducing business expenses. Don't you dare think that lie will work on me. You guys were really doing this to cover up the expense amounts, weren't you?
What? What do you mean by that?
You used the money saved from the parking fees for your own personal benefit. Am I wrong?
No, I would never dream. Kendall here often treated me to high-class meals. He did.
Hey, enough out of you! That's the testimony of several employees, and we took advantage of the opportunity to investigate when you weren't in the office. We have too much evidence, if anything.
What the hell?
I was just planning to contact you about this. Good thing this came up.
So, in addition to unauthorized parking, you were embezzling company expenses.
Since embezzlement is a criminal offense, in some cases you may end up in prison.
Prison?
Kendall, Gonzalez, looks like we have to reprimand you for your betrayal big time.
No, please, sir. We already have the burden of $1 million, and a criminal in addition to that would be... Mr. CEO, sir, I was only coerced into doing this by this prick. And now you cast insults at me?
Hayden, you will not get away with this. The fact that you willingly cooperated in this scandal was revealed by the testimony of multiple colleagues of yours.
What? So I'm...
Damn it, how could this happen?
You tried to bring people down by threatening them, and now it's come back to haunt you is what this is.
You get what you deserve. Calm as a bitch, caught in your own damn trap. All these expressions suit you well.
Mr. Thompson, I'm so sorry about this whole mess. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, the moment you found out your CEO knew me personally, you make a complete 180?
No, that's not the case at all. But if you claim you do know our Mr. CEO personally, perhaps you could offer more magnanimity?
And that's enough nonsense out of you. You were gonna take responsibility for what you did.
I agree with Mr. Thompson.
I assure you we never had any bad intentions.
I thought I said enough nonsense out of you.
You see, if employees of our enterprise parked here, it would potentially be an advertisement for your land, sir. That's right. I believe it became pretty noticeable because there were a lot of cars parked, but...
This is still an abandoned waste of space. What the hell are you advertising for? The reality was far bleaker. It only emphasized your complete lack of common sense.
You're absolutely right, sir.
You bastards, you better stop acting so shameful in front of your benefactor.
Benefactor? Oh
boy, here comes another frickin' bit.
Mr. Thompson, you invested in the company, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Well then, please think you invested in me as well, and forget about the $1 million. Damn, that's a great idea.
And you better stop trying to change the point of this brain-dead argument.
Hey!
I've had enough. This is a waste of time. I'll leave everything else to my attorney, the lovely Kingman, and Mr. Tatum.
Very good, Mr. Thompson.
Understood, sir.
Please, a moment. I'm truly sorry. Please, keep this under the radar.
I regret everything too.
There's nothing more empty than the words of someone who only apologizes as soon as they find themselves in trouble.
That's not true. Please, I beg you.
My lifelong wish! I shall bow my head in shame until you're satisfied.
I've managed to become the president.
Indeed, so you'll know to pay for your crimes and start afresh. That's all I'll say. Good day.
No, please.
I beg of thee!
After that, Kendall and Gonzalez were reported to the police by Mr. Tatum, and they were arrested for embezzlement of company expenses. However, Mr. Tatum will be demanding damages from them altogether separately from me. Even when they're released from prison, the future will not be bright for them. Meanwhile, I've been freed from the trouble of unauthorized parking, and the transfer of the land has been completed without any further problems. Now that I've got that out of the way, I think it's time to start looking for a wife. Trouble Busters!